Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and the message it reads like this: Hello, my brother. How are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? My story, my brother, it goes on like this. When I came here to South Africa, I was quite a very young man. I think that I was somewhere around 19 to 20 years old. So, upon my arrival here in South Africa, for a long time, I stayed there in Musina. Whilst I was staying there, I then became friends with this other guy who became like a brother to me. Whilst we were working there in Musina, we then heard that in Joburg it was so easy for you to get a job. So my that brother of mine, the one that I had started being friends with when I had arrived here in South Africa, he said, let us go to Johannesburg. Maybe we might find work as well. So he had his own driver's license. Unfortunately for me, when I had came here, I had not yet managed to get a driver's license. But anyway, we managed to reach Johannesburg, and my friend, he then found a job at this other Indian guy. He started working as a truck driver. So what he started doing is that whenever you'll be having his routes, like if those routes you'll be traveling in the gravel, like delivering in the farms, he would teach me how to drive a truck. So I ended up being a truck driver. Like I had the experience before I had ever gotten the license. After I had gotten the experience, I then went back home and I got my own driver's license, and I came here to South Africa working as a truck drivers. It was quite a very challenging thing because as a black man, if you grew up in poverty and when you start earning a large sum of money, it can confuse you. This is what happened to me and my friend, because at that time my friend, he was earning somewhere around 12 to 14,000 k a month, and this was like in the early 2009, and it was quite a lot of money. My friend, he was now doing cross border. With all the money that he was earning and the amount of money that I was earning a lot, I think that we ended up being confused, and we were spending all of that money, like taking care of our many girlfriends. As for me, I don't know how many girlfriends I had, because from here in South Africa, I had a lot of local girlfriends in Zim as well. At each and every truck stop in that area, I would manage to get a girlfriend all the way going to Zambia. I had so many girlfriends. Right now, I don't know how many children that I have with all the women that I was dating at that time. So it happened that my friend, I think that he then got a bright idea, because one day whilst we were on our way going to deliver in Zambia, that was when he said, with all the money that we are getting, do you know that if we use this money properly, we can end up becoming millionaires? I said, for us to be millionaires, we need to be earning more. So we need to find more. We need to look for work in companies whereby they can give us a lot of money. This thing that you are talking about, I don't think that you can ever become a millionaire. My friend then said, let us try. But I just said, okay, let us try. But I was just saying it, but I didn't want to leave all of the things that we were doing, because love was so beautiful to me. It was quite a beautiful experience, like knowing that you can date any woman that you can date across 3 countries. This was like a very big achievement for me. I was enjoying the love that all of these women were giving to me all at once, even though they knew that I was dating different women, but still there was nothing that they could do about it. So, my brother, what happened is that I kept on dating all of those girls that I was dating. And when I was dating them, this caused me not to be able to use my money properly. My friend, he started by buying a good car, and after he had bought his good car, feeling the pressure, I then bought a car that I could not even manage to maintain. I bought this other car. In those days, they used to call it a BMW G String. That was the one that I bought. I just drove it, my brother, for a couple of months. And when it was time for me to service that car, I went with the car at the place where they were fixing the BMWs there in Pretoria. The bill that they gave me, it was just too much. So I ended up using that car without it getting serviced. And at that time, since this was like my first car, I didn't even know that if you do not service your car, then one day when you get stuck by the side of the road, for you to fix that car again, it is going to require a lot of money. That was what happened to me, my brother. The car, I could not even repair it again. After one day, I got stuck by the side of the road when I had gone to see this other girlfriend of mine. After that, my brother, I then started to feel jealousy because, like my friend, he had bought a Toyota Corolla. He had said that I was supposed to buy a Toyota because this was quite cheaper to maintain. But I wanted my girlfriends to know that I have money. That is why I had opted for that BMW. So when he kept on driving his Toyota Corolla smoothly, I felt so jealousy over him. Then that was when our friendship started to experience a little bit of tension, but he didn't know that deep down in my heart there was this jealousy that was growing. My friend, he then got married to a very beautiful woman who was honest. What I did, my brother, to that woman whom he had married, when I saw that this woman was quite faithful, I tried by all means so that she can date this other guy, but I think that she suspected. That was when one day my friend, he was supposed to go and deliver some loads there in Zambia. Whilst he was in Zambia, I was still here in South Africa waiting to go and deliver some milli meal in Zambia. That was when I thought of an idea. That was when I said, it is time for me to betray my friend to his wife. I wanted to reveal all of his former girlfriends that he had across 3 countries to his wife. And I knew that if I was going to betray him, then their relationship was going to go to the ground, and it was going to make me happy because of the way that he was progressing in life and I was not progressing at all. So I wanted us to go back to where we were when we were still bachelors, just driving our trucks across 3 countries, dating a lot of women, not doing anything with our lives, but just enjoying life. So what I did is that I then started communicating with my friend's wife. They were still married at that time. When I started communicating with her, I told her that there was a secret that I wanted to reveal to her, but first she needed to promise me that she was not going to tell my friend. She said, please tell me, because right now I am pregnant, and the way that you have spoken with me, I am feeling that my blood pressure, it has gone up, and I can't even relax until you have revealed this secret to me. That was when I started sending her a lot of pictures. You know, us guys, when you are dating your women, we usually send those pictures that we take with you to our buddies. So whenever you will be with his girlfriends in the truck, he used to send me those pictures. Those were the pictures that I then forwarded to his wife. Then the wife said that she could not even take it anymore. She was really stressed out. I kept on speaking with her, my brother, and I told her that even if she wanted to walk away from the relationship, there was nothing that was going to change my friend. All that she had to do was to fix him, to punish him, and I knew what type of a punishment that he deserved. I pretended as if I was an honest guy who was searching for true love, but unfortunately, I could not find a woman that could truly love me. What I did next, my brother, is that I asked that woman if she was willing to date me so that I can heal a broken heart. And she said yes. And she said, are you not afraid to date a woman whom you know very well that she is pregnant for your best friend? I said, no, we are not dating. I am just healing your broken heart. So what I'll do is that usually when I know that he is on his way going to Zambia or on another route, then I would first go and sleep over at his house, sleeping with his wife. I slept with his wife until she had given birth. And all of these things, I kept it as a secret until she fell pregnant again. And she then told me that she had fallen pregnant for me and she didn't know what to do. I then advised her to have an abortion because I was not yet ready. I didn't, yes, I loved her, but I was not yet ready for this thing that had happened. I didn't want our relationship to be exposed in such a way. I wanted her to get divorced from her husband first so that after a little while, then we can start pretend as if we are starting to date, because my relatives, they knew my friend. He was more like their own relative as well, and they knew that she was his wife, so they were not going to accept her into the family. So we needed to be patient. She tried, my brother, by all means, to have that abortion, but unfortunately she could not have that abortion. We don't know what kept on happening after that, my brother. That was when I was in Zambia. I then decided to visit this other traditional healer. He used to give me a lot of herbs as a man who was dating a lot of women. Like all the women that I'll be with, I wanted to show them that I was really powerful in bed. So I was using a lot of herbs. Usually I would buy Congo dust, which is readily available there in Zambia. So I would mix that Congo dust with some pills that I would have gotten from the pharmacy, so that I can become very powerful in bed. So on this other trip, I then spoke with that herbalist from Zambia, and I told him that there was this other lady that I was dating. This lady was someone who was very close to me, even though I didn't tell him that this lady, she was my friend's wife, because he knew my friend. So I didn't want this secret to get to him. I only said that this woman, she had fallen pregnant for me, and I wanted to find a way that this pregnancy that she was carrying can be destroyed spiritually. He said that this was an easy thing to do. All that I had to do was to pay him. So after I had paid him, my brother, he said that he wanted to make some markings on my manhood. In our country, we call it nyora. There are some tribal markings that they make using razor blades. After that, then they would squeeze some herbs into those markings that they would have made using a razor blade. So he said that he was going to make those markings on my manhood. By the time that I was going to sleep again with that woman whom I had told him that she had fallen pregnant for me, then the moment that we would be having intercourse, then the pregnancy spiritually will get destroyed and she would have a natural miscarriage. I was happy enough. Then I let him to do some markings on my manhood, and this was a very painful thing to do. But anyway, I did it because I wanted to save my friendship with my best friend. I didn't want him to find out that I had made his wife to fall pregnant for me. After those markings had healed, the next time around, when I was in South Africa, I asked her to come to the place where I was at this other truck stop. When she came, my brother, I could see that yes, indeed, she was not lying. She was indeed pregnant. That was when we started sleeping together. Whilst we were sleeping together, she kept on complaining, and she was saying that she is feeling that there is so much pain inside her womb, and she was worried about her baby because of the pain that she was feeling. Anyway, I pretended as if I cared for her, but I did not even care about her. Even though I was in love with her, but this thing that had happened, it had made me to realize that it was not a good thing for me to keep on sleeping with my friend's wife. So I wanted her out of the picture, even though I didn't know what type of charm I could use so that she can be out of the picture. Little did I know that everything that I was doing with her on that night, this was going to be the last thing. So the next morning, she then went back to her place. Her husband was not at home because he was on the road. After a couple of days, she started complaining, and she told me that she was always feeling dizzy, and she suspected that maybe her high blood pressure had gone up again, because after I had told her that her husband is a cheater, she then started suffering from high blood pressure because of the stress that the gossip that I had told her had caused her. From there on, she said that she was going to the clinic. When she went to the clinic, she was told that she was going to be transferred into another provincial hospital because she was really sick. From there on, she said that the baby had died whilst it was in her womb. And after a couple of days, that was when my friend called me. When he called me, he was crying. He said he does not even know if he will be able to drive because he had already loaded up and he was supposed to be on his way coming to South Africa. And he told me that his wife had passed away and she had been admitted in hospital for several days. Unfortunately, he could not tell me. What he didn't know is that I knew everything that had been going on, and I knew that his wife was bound to die because of some of the strange dreams that I was having. After his wife had passed away, they buried her. And from there on, my brother, the problem that I started facing is that when I try to get into a serious relationship, I don't know if it is caused by the markings that are on my manhood. If I make love to a woman in the dark, I always insist whenever I am with a woman to always make love in the dark. If I make love with a woman in the dark that I'll be dating, our relationship will go according to plan. But the moment that she would look at my manhood, let's say if she wants to give me a BJ, then she will see that on top of my manhood there are some markings. If she asks me about those markings, then it will spell the end of our relationship. This thing, it has happened to me, I think, for more than 10 times that I have tried to enter into serious relationships, but they have all ended. And another thing is that there is a woman that always visits me at night. When I wake up in my dream, I am always lying next to a woman that will be sleeping, and she does not do anything. She does not wake up. So this woman that will be sleeping next to me, it is like she is a dead woman. I don't know what is the meaning of that dream. I have tried consulting with different healers, and they have also said that they do not understand what is happening to me.